everyone. Our book orders finally came in, so I can do my second part of my new favorites, and I also have these books on the best books of 2015 book display that's in the teen area at Southwest Neighborhood Library, so come check them out, because I already have. I already read them, obviously, and now I want you to, because they're amazing. The first one is, I don't know if I did this in a video before, but it's definitely worth repeating, and it's Dumplin by Julie Murphy. I can't talk. So this is what happens when you make a video at 8:20 in the morning and you haven't had enough coffee yet. Dumplin is just a fantastic story about accepting who you are, and it's about a girl named Willowdean, and she is fat. Like, there's no way of getting her. Like, don't make it fancy. Don't be like, oh, she's presently plump, or oh, she's curvy. Like, no, she's fat. Like, and she owns it. Like, she knows that. Like, her body is fat, but she'll wear a bikini and, like, go to the pool because she lives in Texas and it's really, really hot there and you have to go to the pool. Like, what are you going to do? But she's very frustrated because her mom was a former pageant winner in their city, and she's in charge of the pageant, and of course for her, like, oh, Dumplin, which is her nickname, and like, I don't know, like, even if you own, like, and are super proud of who you are, you probably don't want to be called Dumplin. You know, if you'd only just, like, do a Weight Watchers diet or whatever, which is it's not anybody's business. Like, your body is nobody else's business, in case you were wondering. Nope. So if anyone tells you that, you just tell them none of your business and shut it down and move on because they're rude. But Willowdean doesn't want to be a beauty queen, but she kind of ends up being one anyway, which is really cool. And she finds out that, yeah, like, she can be loved for who she is, and whatever size she is, like, it doesn't matter, like, because she's her and she's authentic. One criticism that I've heard of the book is that Willowdean is too mean. And I was like, in case you haven't checked, teen girls can be very catty. No offense, teen girls, I was once one. Yeah. Like, oh, she was rude to her best friend, and she was really mean, and she said, like, nasty things to people. Yeah, it happens. It's life. And I think people are operating under this bizarre stereotype that all fat people are nice. Which is a weird, it's just like, you know, like the funny fat friend in the TV show. Like, that's not how it works. Like, no. Willowdean is a real, well-rounded person, and she makes mistakes. So this is highly, highly recommended. It is extremely funny, and it's just something that we need right now. As I said, we need more of this. So Julie Murphy, write more. The next one, this is going to be a really long video because I'm probably just going to be like, blah, 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 blah. The next book is just so fantastic that I couldn't even write, you know, a traditional book review about it. I just had to go, because it made me think so much about what we as a society put on teenagers. And it's called I Crawl Through It, and it's by A.S. King. This is a book that is definitely more on the surrealist side, so you can't just pick it up and expect to be like, oh, I'll read this, you know, at the beach or when we're on vacation. It makes you think, and it just inspires conversation. It's about 4 teens at a school, and just kind of all the crap they have to put up with. It's Gustav, Stanzi, China, and Lansdale. Stanzi always wears a lab coat. Gustav has an invisible helicopter. China is a girl who's inside out, so her intestines are on the outside. I mean, like, obviously you would get that this is metaphorical, right? But, like, there's a reason. And Lansdale tells lies, and every time she lies, her hair grows, like Rapunzel / Pinocchio. And it's about like the pointlessness of standardized tests and what we expect of people, of teens when they're just being teens, and we want them to be adults, and we think that the way to measure intelligence and empathy is by having them fill in little dots on a stupid test. Like, it's pointless. Now I think about high school, I was like, ugh. I mean, we could be teaching kids things that really help them, and we don't. And it's more about politics and Common Core and who has what. So it's a beautiful book, and I think everyone should read it. And I think if you're a teen and you get into it and you look past the, you feel you can get into the surrealism of it, you'll see yourself there. Because high school is pretty surreal. The next book is The Death and Life of Zebulon Finch, Volume 1, At the Edge of Empire. Yes, it is that big, and yes, it is just part 1. And it's amazing. So if you're looking for a nice big book to keep you occupied over holiday break or a vacation, when you don't want to deal with things, or if there's a snowstorm, if you have snow where you live, or if it's really, really hot outside and you can't go out, if it's really hot where you live. This is about a 17-year-old gangster who was a rich boy, and then he went like slumming and got into the gangs of Chicago, late 19th century. Finds himself at the bottom of Lake Michigan. He's dead for 17 minutes, and then he wakes up. His body is still dead, but his brain is alive. So he kind of has these peregrinations all over America. Like, he ends up with a traveling show. I wouldn't recommend this if you don't like needles or body parts falling off. Because Dan Krause, who also did Rotters, which is about grave robbing, he does not pull the punches, okay? Like, this is very realistic. And Zebulon starts out, and you just, like, oh, this kid is so annoying. And then as you go, he kind of grows on you, and you want him to find out why what happened to him happened. And I think the most powerful part of this is the section where he is in World War I, and he goes because he wants to just die, like, kill this body that seemingly cannot be killed. And in a place where all humanity was lost, he starts to find his, which is really moving, I think. So don't be intimidated. Please come check this one out. If you don't, I will give it to you anyway and have you read it, so you can't escape it. And the last one is probably one of my, I don't know, it's one of my favorite sci-fi books, like, definitely now. Illuminated by Amy Kaufman and J. Christoph. This is book 1 of 3. Thankfully, they've just finished the editing proofs for the text on book 2 because I can't wait for it. And all of the inner design work has to be done. So if you look at it, it's like a multimedia novel. It's in texts, and there's, this is all sort of stream of consciousness. There's some ship, here's a ship log. There's schematics in here too, and I can't seem to find them, but they're gorgeous. They're just gorgeous. And it's the story of a small planet, like a mining colony, but it's not sanctioned. And it's in the future where Earth government and basically corporations are another government, and they're fighting each other in space. So the corporations find this mining outpost and just bomb it from, orbit. And then they send ships down to just completely destroy the town. And in doing so, they possibly inadvertently, we don't know yet, release a biochemical weapon into the air. And so some survivors are taken onto ships, and what we follow are 2 different teens. We find Katie and Ezra, and Katie's just broken up with Ezra, but he's still in love with her, and they get separated. One's on one ship and one's on the other, and she's a hacker, so she can get through the net and talk to him. And I really liked the romance in this, which is strange for me to say because I'm usually like, oh, romance, not my thing. But this was very realistic in that it had hiccups and it had issues, and they had to talk to each other to work out their problems, which is not just like magic. And the sci-fi was really, really good. You know, it has like wormhole drives and stuff like that, which just makes my geek heart so happy. And it was just really, really, oh, and like zombie people with the virus, which, I mean, it ticks all your boxes, man. So you have to read this too. Like, you have to pick it up. And it reads so fast, even though it looks enormous, because, you know, some of the pages are just letters. There's a nice skull and crossbones. Some are just like this, so it just reads extremely fast, and it's lovely, and I have it at home, and I've had lots of people read it, and they loved it. So that's my extremely long video about, well, it's like an end of the year video. New books that I've loved, and that have also made it onto my favorite books list, so that's pretty awesome. So please come check some of these out. You can always put them on reserve at www.mykpl.info, or you can give us a phone call at the youth services desk. Happy reading.